Am I giving you like Malibu Barbie if she started aging and graying? Because hello party people. So welcome to my video. If you're from my Instagram, I love you. If you're not from my Instagram, love you all the same. Today I'm gonna be creating this look, and it's a look that you guys actually helped me with. You voted for this look on my Instagram stories, so thank you so much for that. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so for the eyes, you guys chose a colorful look and warm tones. Now, I'm gonna do a pink look just because the overall theme of the face is also Valentine's Day, which is another thing that you guys chose. So I'm gonna try to make it warmer pink shades, but I don't know if I'll succeed. Let's see. First of all, I'm applying a sort of darker pink in my crease and on the outer portion of my eye. Now I'm just slightly buffing out the edges with a clean brush. So now I'm using a very light pink and the 50-50 method to blend it out. That's where you place your brush halfway between your skin and the darkest color that you just applied, and that way it all blends together seamlessly. I'm now adding a third color and doing the exact same thing as I did with the previous shade, only this is an even lighter peachy type of shade. So while I'm blending this, I want to talk to you guys about Valentine's Day. So in my last video, linked up here, we touched on it a little bit, and I asked you guys, I put up a poll, like, do you like Valentine's Day, do you not? And the majority said that they don't really like Valentine's Day. And you know what? That's completely cool. But now I want to talk to those people who either like Valentine's Day or get sad during Valentine's Day if they don't have a partner. So if that's you, listen, I don't want you to stress. I don't want you to worry about Valentine's Day. That in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't even matter. I've been single many a times on Valentine's Days, and honestly, really, you could really have a nice time even if you're by yourself. Obviously, if you want to do a girl's day or something, you can do that as well, but don't feel obligated to do that just because everybody else is doing something on Valentine's Day. You could also just stay in at home with a face mask and watch your favorite movies and have an incredible time. And I think that that's something that's a valuable lesson to learn, which is if you don't, well, as RuPaul Charles would say,
if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else?
And you know what? That's very true. If you don't enjoy the time that you spend by yourself alone, if you don't enjoy your solitude, I don't think you'll enjoy being in other people's company either. So, you know what? Just get used to the beauty of hanging out by yourself. And I see how maybe that could be difficult, but truly, once you really lean into it and appreciate the time that you have with yourself, you're gonna have so much fun, I promise. And obviously, please don't feel any pressure to be with anybody on Valentine's Day if, you know, it's not somebody that you really want to be with any other day of the year. So that's my little message for this video. But now that we're done with that and we're also done with the blending, I'm just applying the same colors that I just applied, except in the opposite order that I applied them in, to strengthen them up and just make everything look a little bit more uniform. I love how you guys said, we want warm tones, and I said, not on my watch, and just decided to do pink anyway. But listen, I literally just now discovered that I have most of my pink shades that I own are cool toned, so that's a bit of a problem, but I'm really trying to make this as warm toned of a pink as I possibly can. So as you can see with one eye done, that's kind of what we're going for. We really want to strengthen that darkest color as well, but also make sure that it's blended into all the other colors for a very seamless and smoky effect. So now I'm using a flatter brush, this is a MAC 217, and I'm applying a warm brown just on the outer corner to give it a little bit more extra depth. Now that we're almost done with the top, we're just gonna move on to the bottom lash line and just blend everything out, basically copying the layout of everything we did on the top. So now all that's left is to pop on a shimmer. Obviously, you can do any kind of shimmery shade you want. I'm using a beautiful rose gold pink here. So now I'm just applying primer to my face. And this is just a regular primer. It's not the mattifying one I normally use because you guys said you wanted me to do a dewy base. So while my face primer dries down a bit, I'm just applying some eyelash primer so we can get back to the lashes later on. Okay, so since we're doing a dewy base, first of all, I'm just gonna be applying some highlighter to my bare skin on all the high points of my face, so my cheekbones, my nose, my jaw, and a little bit on my forehead. So as I explained in one of my older videos, this is really gonna give you that glow from within type of look. So the highlighter dried down a bit. Now I'm adding a second layer on top, and this looks like a lot right now, but when you blend it in with your foundation, it's gonna look really nice and natural. It's fully the fact that I'm saying that this is gonna look natural while I look like an alien from space for me. So while I wait for that layer to dry down a bit more, I'm just gonna color correct because we really wanna look completely flawless here today. So when that's almost dry, you just wanna tap it in place. Don't move it around, just tap it in. So I sprayed my beauty blender with MAC's Fix Plus Gold Light, which has these beautiful gold little shimmers in it. So we're really gonna amp up the glow. So as you can see, I'm sort of avoiding just caking on the foundation where I put the highlighter on, although obviously every inch of my face is gonna be covered in foundation, but I'm just saving those, like the highest points of my cheeks, for the very end so that we can cover them as least as possible, basically. Okay, so you see now how natural the highlighter looks. It looks like a beautiful glisten, and you saw how much I applied. So now you know how much you gotta slap on there if you want it to look natural. But obviously, I'm gonna cover my whole face in more highlighter. Hello? You know what? It's important to get a little bit of foundation in your hairline, because what if the wind blows and then it exposes this part of your forehead and you're white here and you're orange here? That's really not the move. So if you've seen any of my other videos at this point, you know the drill. I'm just applying concealer to my dark circles first, waiting for that to dry, and while that dries, I'm gonna blend out the rest of the concealer on the rest of my face. I just love the Age Rewind concealer, but this applicator is so not it. So I blended out the outer portion of my concealer, but I'm waiting for the inner portion to dry down a little bit more, and while I'm waiting for that, I'm just gonna bronze. I love pretending to be sun-kissed and pretending that I go outside. It's so fun. So now circling back to the concealer, I'm just gonna tap it in place, and then I'm gonna set it, but I'm not gonna bake it. So as you can see, when I bronze my face, I really don't like drawing shapes. I just like sort of stippling it on and then blending as I go, because that's the most natural way to look like you're actually sun-kissed. So me and my double and triple chins are friends, but they gotta go for this one. So here I'm using a pink shimmery blush that has gold shimmers in it, and this looks really nice, and it does make you look really youthful. So try it out if you are not into shimmery blushes. I feel like I say that in every video though, right? So as for highlighter, I'm using this beautiful rose gold one and applying it everywhere where I applied my liquid highlighter earlier. Although I'm pretty sure that on camera, every single highlighter shade I use looks the same. So you won't be able to tell, but it's rose gold. Now, when you're applying highlighter on your forehead, you may want to use a highlighter that doesn't have glitter particles in it because it's going to look more natural. This one does, so I kind of bamboozled myself here. But I'm just, you know, telling you to do what I say, not as I do. I think I mentioned this tip before too, but if you went a little overboard in some areas, just go over them with whatever's left over on your beauty blender. So I'm just applying some mascara now, as you can see, and I've been trying out the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I think the wand is unnecessarily large. I don't like that. And I think the formula, once you open it, isn't that great. It's kind of too watery. But once it's been open for a while and you let it dry out a little bit, it's pretty nice. But you know, I really don't like mascaras like that. Like, why do I have to wait for you to be a decent mascara, you know? So we are nearly done here. The only thing that's left are the lips, and you guys voted for a nude glossy lip, so that's what I'm gonna do. First, I'm just lining them with my favorite nude lip liner. Now, the lip liner is a shade or two darker than the lipstick is gonna be, so keep that in mind. I'm just gonna dab some concealer around the corners of my mouth to make the lip liner look really sharp now. Now I'm using this sort of a nude peachy lip. So this is what it looks like without any lip gloss on. Now I am still gonna apply lip gloss, and it's gonna be this little cute mini Makeup Revolution lip gloss that I got as a stocking stuffer. It's sort of pinky with these gold flecks, so I think it's gonna go great with the rest of the face. Ooh, and it smells like caramel. So the gloss is a little bit on the stickier side, but you know what? I think it looks really cute. And with that, we're done with today's look. So thank you so much if you helped me and voted on my Instagram polls, and if you didn't, you should follow me because I do a lot of fun stuff on there. And thank you so much for watching, and please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!